Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Bluestone, and welcome to the first episode of a brand new series about the Pyramid Labyrinth. Yes, I was looking at a cactus. If you haven't watched episode 0 already, you should go watch that because it explains what I'm going to be doing with this entire series. But let's jump right into it. So, there are a ton of things in this pyramid, so I'm going to divide this up into tons of episodes, of about one episode per 1 or 2 traps. We'll just see how it goes. But first, let's look at the Darkness branch. One of the first places that a player might find when coming into this pyramid is, well, this room, and then there's a staircase over here that just goes down. This mystery door here, ooh, I wonder what that is. I don't have my sword. But yeah, a mystery door here that can't access. It's 2 blocks off the ground, and then coming down here is the ground floor of this weird blocky statue guy with an emerald pitchfork thing. Notice two pillars on the other side with doors on either side. I wonder how you get to those. And then there's a hole up there as well. Lots of mysteries so far that are introduced in just this main room. But what I want to show you guys is this button here. So when you come in, the staircase is an easy choice. Of course, there are tons of other ways to go, but this is one of them. And when just standing in the center here, that button is very easily noticeable. This is designed as to be one of the first branches that a player could explore. So you run in here, you go boop. Oops, if I can hit it. There it is. Nice. And then it opens this door here. It's a command block piston hybrid door, so the bottom one's a piston, the top one's a command block. As you might be able to tell, there's no way that block would be deleted without command blocks. So yeah, and then you're led into this area behind these kind of like facade structures here. I didn't intend to make them look like zippers, but well, they look like zippers. So anyway, once you come in here, this hallway just loops all the way around, and well, let's go this way first. We'll come back to there. It loops all the way around, so it goes. So there was a statue guy, and there's forward. I think, right? And you can sort of see through here. Yeah, he's facing that way. So you come in, and you can go all the way around the other side, and then on the other side, instead of a straight pathway to go all the way around, instead it turns completely around. We can go into another area over here, which it was made obvious a little bit, and we're on the other side. We're on the other side of this guy. So if we look, we are on the front at the front of the what's it called, the statue, and then if we come over here, then we are at the back of the statue. So it just loops here. Technically, in reality, it is just a walkway that ends on both sides. In this case, it just goes into open air, which shouldn't be actually. We need to block that off. But anyway, it literally just teleports you. So if I come over here and I look back, oh look, it's gone. It's just made to loop it around so I could add some more stuff in between here, which we'll get to in other episodes. But other than that loop, which goes this loop that goes all the way around the statue in its center area, there are also a couple buttons on the walls here. There are only two of them, and there are some weird things with lava dripping, which is also a hint to another branch. By themselves, these buttons don't do anything unless you press them at the same time, which somehow that was long enough for it to work. So I wasn't sure that timing was so easy to do. Huh. Okay, well, there we go. And then we're led into the beginning of the Darkness branch. Technically, the beginning of the Darkness branch is the button on the floor over here, and then Welcome to Darkness, sort of. But this is what I like to call the actual beginning of the Darkness branch. So you just press both buttons, and then this is the door here. This is the first one that I'm looking for this episode. All it is just a wooden button powering some redstone that comes around here, connecting to a pulse extender, and an AND gate. And the other button comes from, likewise, it's just a redstone wire coming up. They're both going into pulse extenders, which are connected to an AND gate. So if both pulse extenders are on, aka if both buttons have been pressed recently, then AND gate will turn on and allow this redstone to turn off, opening this door here. And then hooray, you're led into the Darkness branch. Along with that, it also opens this door here, which is a second secret that if you're quick enough, there isn't any exit out of this one. As in, once you're let into the Darkness branch, you can't go out. So once the two buttons are pressed, if you're quick enough and you know what's coming, then you can quickly run around this door and not go through this door, but come through here, because this door will be open because that AND gate is still open. But once you come through here, then it'll be some more stuff which I haven't added yet. But that's going to a different branch. This is the actual darkness branch. So first of all, we have access to the library hub. This is second level. The first level is free access, but the second level you have to go through the darkness branch. Those two doors there with the zipper gate and the two buttons that you press at the same time, and then you're let into the second level. So that's the difficulty. These are kind of difficulties which we'll get to later. This is a hub, which will be covered in the I forget the name of the branch, but we'll see. But this is the main feature. That was all added later when this hub was actually added. But once you come in through you press both buttons, you come through here. Welcome! And we come to a strange room with nothing in it, really, right? Oh, look, a button. And we got some ceiling with smooth and, okay. So we press the button. And of course, if I were in survival mode, then I'd be suffocating right now. But if you wait a little bit, and you jump, oh. Okay, and you were in this sand here, so the room was underneath here, and the sand buried you. And then you're like, oh look, I'm outside at the pyramid, and it's nighttime. Okay, and then that was a fail case, as in you failed that, you got tricked by that trap, and you're now stuck, or you were thrown outside. It's not a kill thing because too many traps in this pyramid kill the player, and you have to restart all the way back at spawn. Or if you set your spawn at a bed, then you have to start at a bed. It's too much. So this one, all it does is send you directly outside. But you may have noticed when the sand fell, these three stayed solid, or these four stayed solid. So if you stand underneath one of these solid points and you press the button, or the torch, actually, the torch also works, then you're in a secluded area and you can't really move, and you're almost buried and sent outside, but now, it's just sent outside so you could jump out, but no, you saved yourself by standing under a solid piece, and then you could, of course, stand at the button. That would also work, but you notice this one to the left here was also an option, so let's do that one. Here. Boop. And nice. And then once all the sand finishes, this success case, there are, let's see, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 success cases. 6, I guess, if you consider shooting it from all the way back here, because a bow is accessible in another room. Yeah, this one out of the 6 lets you into another section. The door opens, and you can either take a darkness path, or a deeper path, which goes to darkness, or you can press this button here, which... a little fancy piston door, and it's like, oh, hey, you're let out of the pyramid. And then you can see that's where you spawned earlier, from dying in there. Yeah, this is an exit. Hooray! You sort of completed it, although you haven't completed the darkness branch. This is just an exit, if you wanted to. And of course, since it's on a timer, if you left and then forgot to come back in time, then the door will close on you. You won't be able to get back in, because this thing is completely seamless. Anyway, let's say you didn't go out there where you weren't tricked. Now, let's dive deep into the abyss. And no, it's actually in just another room. This one is really fun. There's this facades, as we saw earlier with the darkness branch in the center hub, with the zippers, and there was a button hiding right there. But this one has a lot more buttons. For example, oh look, there's one, and there's one, and there's one. There are a ton of them, and several of them kill you. There's one red herring, and then 3 of them are required to leave. So if I press that one, oh dear, I died. So that one right there just opens up a 2x1 lava pit. Let's see, this one does nothing. Okay, that's the red herring. I thought I saw one up there. This one plays a tone. Okay, 2 tones. All right. This one lets me die into the void, so down here is just death, and there you can see there's another one actually. That one is actually the biggest one in the entire thing. It's a 2x3, which is huge. Designing that redstone was annoying. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's a 2x4. Wow. It's like there's no way you're escaping that. If you're anywhere in this area and you press this button, yep, you're dead. Also, to stop people, or to get people in the right spot for pressing these buttons, like for example, if I was right here, the trap only works if I'm standing next to it. I could stand all the way back here and shoot it if it weren't for the arrows being poofs of smoke. So all it does is just kills the arrows instantly and poofs of smoke, which is really fun. Yeah, this That's death as well. So then you can't avoid it, or you can't stand back and shoot it. So you can see, oh look, I avoided that. Hooray! All right, but now on the other side, we also have some more. If you didn't notice, I didn't point it out, but in the center of the room here, when you come through there are these two facades on the right and left. There are three sand blocks here that are just sitting there, like, oh, there's something behind there, but I can't access it because the players are in adventure mode. So it's like, there's something to do in this room, but there are a bunch of buttons. This one played a tone, okay, and we already figured out the other ones are traps, and one of them is a red herring. That one plays a tone, okay. This one's another trap. Okay, so that's void. All right. That one's another tone. Okay, so we had 3 tones and several traps and 1 red herring, and then the last one here. Oh, is up the floor, and there's lava behind there. If you didn't see it, and it's very likely that with how the button is positioned, you can only access it from here or here or here, and on all those cases, you always fall. Some of these, like for example, this trap here was designed. Nope. This one is only if you're standing right up against it, so you can still hit it very far back and avoid it. But this one says, okay, I'm assuming that you already found that button, and you know that it's probably going to open these 2 blocks here like that one did. But now, even if you do that, it still gets you. So there are several death cases. Wiring is very annoying, but after all those wiring up, you heard 3 tones and several traps. So if I hit those 3 tones, and this one I think, nice, the door opens, you got a little sound effect, and a crazy tunnel. Oh boy. All right, here we go. That looks oh, the lighting. I was just gonna do a standard old tunnel, but I was like, you know what, it needs something else. Let's add some redstone torches, and of course these are just redstone clocks that add a wave effect. So let's see. Now that we're done and we can come in here, we could see through the door. We're expecting a trap because we had so many previously. But now we could see there's nothing ahead, but there are 2 directions to go. So if you press this, well, it glitches out, and oh boy! If you come through, you realize there's nothing here because that button, there was nothing through that door at all. It was just teleporting you to an identical one and changing what's behind you. So what happened there is you're transported to a mine shaft over there. Here's a circuitry for the 3 tones, by the way, and a triple AND gate. But the door here doesn't have. Actually, I should have a button on this side. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't have anything behind it. There's literally nothing. What happens instead is you're teleported to that one over there. Now you can sort of see it. Anyway, but you're teleported over there, and it looks like the door just didn't open. But you look behind you and you're like, oh boy, I just got transported, and then you're in the mine shaft. This is the last portion to the darkness branch, and there are a few things that I will save for the next video, but that's the first half of the darkness branch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I can't wait. All right, bye-bye.